What is the pipe method in Pandas? How does it work? What does it do? And why would I use it? I've gotten those questions quite a bit lately from my subscribers and students because I've been using pipe quite a bit in the last few months, especially in my Bamboo Weekly solutions. And I thought it would be useful to set up a video to explain what's going on with pipe. So let's start off with loading up a data frame. I'm going to say pd.readCSV. I'm going to say taxi.csv, which is my favorite sort of punching bag of a data set. It's 10,000 taxi rides from New York City in 2015. Nothing too exciting. And we have the pickup time, the drop-off time. None of that's really that important. And right now what I want to do is I want to let's create a histogram of the trip distance column. Okay, so one way I can do that is I can say here, trip distance, I can get that series, and then I can say dot plot dot hist. And then I'm using the built-in Pandas interface to matplotlib. Plot is a method that I can run, or plot hist is a method I can run on a data frame or on a series. I get the series back, I run it on the series, I get it displayed here in Marimo. All great. But what if I'm not interested in using matplotlib? And what if I'm not interested in using the Pandas interface to it? Rather, I want to use Plotly. And lately, I've really gotten into Plotly. I think it works really nicely. Well, can I say then px dot histogram? The answer is no. And that's because even though I've imported px as a name in the global namespace, actually because I've imported it as a name in the global namespace, we shouldn't get confused between a name in the global namespace, px, and a method we can run on our data frame, right? There is no .px method on a data frame. It's a function. So if I want to run px.histogram, I have to say px.histogram. And then it works just great. Well, actually, no, I can't do, I have to get their trip distance. There we go. And now I've actually managed to get the histogram for trip distance using Plotly Express. It's great, it's wonderful, but it's also kind of annoying. I had to leave this view of method chaining just because px to histogram is not a method that you can run on a series. So what is a solution to this? A solution might be to write a whole method for data frames that knows how to talk to Plotly. Maybe, but that's kind of a tall order. Instead, what I can do is I can use .pipe. .pipe basically says, I am a method that runs on a data frame, or in this case, in a series. And this method allows me to continue doing the method chaining. But this method will then invoke some other function with the first argument being the series that we got. In other words, I can just say here, px.histogram. Notice I'm not invoking px.histogram. I'm passing it along just as an argument. Remember that in Python, functions and methods are not just verbs. They're not just functions that we execute with parentheses. They are also nouns. They're also values and objects that we can pass around to other methods and functions as arguments. And that's what I'm doing here. So I'm basically saying, hey, Pandas, grab this series, trip distance, and then run the pipe method on it. And pipe is going to sort of inverse things and run px.histogram on the series that it got as an argument. And will that work? Absolutely, it will work. But if you've been following Bamboo Weekly, you know that I don't actually run things this way. I actually run it in a different way. I say here, lambda s underscore, and then I say px histogram of s underscore. What is going on there and why am I doing that? First of all, does that work? And the answer is yes. And typically I'll use s underscore as a parameter in a lambda when I'm dealing with a series, and I'll use df underscore as a parameter for a lambda when I'm dealing with a data frame. But truth be told, neither Python nor Pandas cares what I call my variables. This is for me to understand what's going on. What is the advantage of doing it within this lambda? Well, first of all, what is the lambda doing? Well, lambda expressions return a function. So this is a function, just as px.histogram was a function, this is a function that we are passing to pipe. So pipe will be invoked. It will then call the result of this lambda expression. What's the result of the lambda expression? A function object. So it will call the function here, px.histogram on s. It will pass along the series as an argument, and then it'll run. So if I get the same result as I got before, why in the world would I use the lambda? And the answer is that this gives me more flexibility. if there are other arguments that I want to pass to px.histogram, I find it easier just to pass them in this way, passing them along as part of the argument right here. I don't need to then sort of, fiddle around with other things. All right, so basically I could then say something like, color equals red. Well, except that it doesn't like that. But other than that, it would work really well. All right, so if and when you encounter a function that you want to treat as a method because you're using method chaining in Pandas, I strongly encourage you to use pipe. It usually comes at the end of a method chain because it's usually not going to return a data frame or series. But if it does, you can absolutely positively use in the middle of the data frame, right? All depends on what the function returns. So I hope this clears things up. Let me know what other questions you have about pipe or other questions about Python and Pandas. Let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to hear from you, and I will see you soon with lots more on Python and Pandas and everything in between. Thanks for watching.